Hi there, John McAdams here with you again. In this video, I share the results of a ballistic gel test using Nosler's 165 grain ballistic tip bullet for the .308 Winchester. Here is what the bullet looks like. See that green ballistic tip on the top? Now, even though this is a Nosler bullet, it is one of their softer big game offerings. It's not bonded like their AccuBond, and it does not have a physical partition separating the front and rear cores like their partition does. The ballistic tip does have a solid base, and it does have a tapered jacket that gets thicker as you get closer to the rear of the bullet, and that controls expansion to a certain extent. But like I said, this is still a pretty soft bullet. So with this in mind, Nosler markets this ammunition for use on thin-skinned game like deer and antelope. Now, my initial thought before shooting this ammo was that it would deliver a wider wound cavity with less penetration than a tougher bullet. Now, I shot this test using my Winchester Model 70 with a 22-inch long barrel, and I used my Banish backcountry suppressor, shot gel blocks 50 yards away. And as always, I use my Garmin chronograph to measure velocities. So with all that out of the way, let's get shooting. Okay, let's take a look and see how this bullet performed in the gel. Nice short neck, very impressive wound cavity, just a couple of inches in. Lots of lead fragments going everywhere. Bullet continues to penetrate and does start to deflect a little bit towards the, say, rear quarter of that gel block. Continues to penetrate into the second gel block and stops there between the 27 and 28 inch mark. I'll pull that bullet out, get you some more info about it. Okay, I pulled that bullet out of the gel. As you can see, we have a pretty nice mushroom. Final retained weight was 120 grains, or about 73% weight retention. Not bad. Lots of expansion here too. 0.660 recovered bullet diameter, or just over 2x expansion. There was a little bit of asymmetric expansion though, which probably accounts for why the bullet did not penetrate in a perfectly straight line. Let's take another look at the gel. Now, considering this was from a .308 Winchester going just over 2,700 feet per second at the muzzle, about 2,650 feet per second at impact at 50 yards, this was a pretty impressive wound cavity. It's wide and penetration was great. I observed a medium amount of fragmentation as well. Now, fragmentation can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. It is good in that it creates even more tissue damage on the animal, and that can result in a faster kill. But it's also bad in that there are about, in this case, 45 grains of bullet fragments, mostly lead, but a little copper too, in the meat. So take that for what you will. All in all, I think the 165 grain Nosler Ballistic Tip is an outstanding deer hunting load for the .308, and I was very impressed with how it performed. It shot great in my rifle too. It did shoot a little bit slower than advertised, but I was also shooting using a 22-inch long barrel here instead of the 24-inch long barrel Nosler advertises for use with this ammo to get that velocity. I think this is definitely an excellent choice for ammo to use on deer-sized game, and that's how Nosler markets it. I would not hesitate to use it one bit on a deer or an antelope or something in that size range. It certainly could work on elk. I personally would prefer the partition, but if you put a ballistic tip through the ribs and into the vitals on an elk or even a moose or something like that, you would probably get a dead animal very quickly. Now, let me know your thoughts on this subject. I personally have never killed anything with the 165 grain ballistic tip from the .308, but I have had very good results with the 180 grain ballistic tip from the 300 Win Mag on feral hogs. So with that in mind, have you used the ballistic tip afield? in either the 308 or in another cartridge. How did it perform for you? I welcome your feedback. Leave a comment, share your thoughts. Likewise, you can also leave a comment on this video and let me know the cartridge bullet combination you would like me to use in the next gel test I publish on YouTube. So far, I have published a bunch of other gel tests, and they are all on a YouTube playlist for you to peruse. And I am open to suggestions from you on what else you would like to see in the future. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want more content along these lines, visit huntingguns101.com and sign up there for a free ebook on the best hunting calibers. Link is in the video description and the pinned comment. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video and if you want more content along these lines in the future. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and good hunting.